Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. About 5,000 steps into my day. The sun's finally up over the Franklin Mountains. Gonna be a little bit cloudy, but beautiful day. Chasing the chasing the night away. Gonna crank the pool up. It because it's pretty deep. It's a little over 6 foot deep at the deep end, and it's not. I mean, a super pool or anything like that, but good enough for me. Anyways, it's amazing. The about maybe 2 weeks ago, the water was all the way up to the bottom of the pool, and now it's down at least 2 inches. That's what she said. Ah. Anyways, got to do my boxing drills and my knife drills a little bit later. I'm going to hopefully sit down, not give you a seizure. Talk about fear. There's a lot of things that no one tells uh, us men how to deal with it. In other words, and if you, I think if you talk about it or you come to realization that fear is a part of your life, it won't control your life. And there are some people, a lot of men go through physical abuse uh, and emotional abuse. And a lot of times it's at the hands of family members, including parents. And it is, I would say, the majority of it is because no one's trying to be an adult. Sometimes you lose your temper. Um, and I'm not making excuses for any kind of physical or emotional abuse at all, but that breeds into or leads into or is a segue into fear. Now, I believe honestly that some fear is important. Self preservation. Um, not walking up to a lion and going, hi. Anyways, swimming with sharks, that kind of stuff, alligators, just natural. Sometimes even men have a sense that something's not right, or maybe I shouldn't walk down this dark alley or something like that. But there are fears that can cripple you as a man. And it can be anything from like the fear of the unknown. Say all you would have to do is maybe move 10 miles down the road to get a better job, a fresh start at your life, and everything will be better than it was. But you are so afraid of the unknown that you're unwilling to take a risk or a chance, and you end up pigeonholed or stuck in a dead end job in a dead end city and just things like that. I think another thing is fear of physical contact, being in a fight at a minimum, just about every man in some point in time in his life, and hopefully you get the 4 encounters out before you get older. But unfortunately, for most of us, our violent outcomes or violent encounters are going to be a little bit later in life when we can't defend ourselves as much. That's why I actively carry a gun and a knife. I don't want to be a victim. But here, getting back to fighting, there isn't, I don't think there's, unless you're a complete fucking narcissistic psychopath, I think everybody before they get into a fight gets nervous or afraid. The butterflies in your stomach, the little bit of weakness in your knees, the little bit of shaking. It's your body trying to say, run away, run away. And you know what? Sometimes as a man, you just can't run away. But accepting the fact that you're afraid is a good thing, and then being able to deal with that in small bites. You should do that. You should, if you're really afraid of that, I would highly suggest you take either a boxing class or a martial arts class where they have continuous contact sparring. Hopefully you'll take a jiu-jitsu class. I think that'll help you with your confidence big time. It is knowing how to defend yourself will help alleviate some of those fears. And all of those fears are natural. The reason for this is the young man I had over on Monday. Um, he is being raised by a single mother, and we talked about that. He was uh, the guns I showed him, the 9 millimeter and the shotguns and all that kind of stuff. He was taught to be so afraid of them that he was actually physically shaking when we were doing it. And I unloaded them. I showed him how they were empty, and then maybe it took probably 45 minutes of me just not getting on him. Do you know what I mean? If I know the gun's unloaded and he accidentally points it towards me, I'm not going to jump on him or something like that. Uh, and of course, I would never hand the loaded gun to the guy. And then we went over knife drills, and maybe at the end of the fourth, I mean, he was literally shaking, and they're just, I don't know what's going on, but it's just a tool. A weapon is just a tool for either protection or your own survival, whether it's hunting, a skill of hunting, or self-preservation. And I'm not bagging on women or anything like that, but I will tell you this, ladies, and it doesn't matter if you like it or not. You have to have some type of masculine guy if you have a son. You have to have that man, that young man, get some time on a regular basis with other men. Hopefully, you'll enroll him in a martial arts class, preferably jujitsu, some wrestling, and boxing. Those are the top three. Um, to not know how to handle a weapon, a knife, a stick, a club, jeez, with the baseball batter that you smash them across the shins. You bend over to the side, you just whip it into their shins. That'll end any fight, and you don't have to kill the guy. But it'll definitely be you get bone on metal contact or bone on wood contact. That guy's not going to want to fight anymore. Anyways, I'm digressing. Um, Again, being able to understand that, of course, we all have fears. Um, I hated airborne school. I hated air assault school when I was in the. I'm afraid height. They made one mistake and put me in the very first person to come out of the plane on at Fort Bragg at jump school, and I opened my arms and legs and I wouldn't let them push me out of the fucking thing. So from then on, they always had to put me in about at least 10 or 15 people back, because you start shuffling forward and then you're fucking, next thing you know, feet, knees in the breeze, baby. Yeah, anyways. Same with air assault. No, it was just, anyways, I digress. But um, that you can handle, and all that to say about fear, you can, as a man, handle a way more things than you may believe. Um, and if you put yourself in stressful conditions, and I'm talking about boxing, wrestling, and mixed martial arts such as Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, you get an understanding physically and mentally what it's like to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse. And holy shit, was that a good game last night? I won. I bet on the Buffalo Bills, and yeah. Anyways, I can't. I'm so excited. Football season's here. Anyways, Canelo and Triple G's fights coming up. So good weekend for me. You guys stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. If you can't, take care of yourself. Like a fart in a G string from West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye bye.